It's probably a car.
Probably something like that.
4-1 Islanders.
Oh, sick.
I'm about to say
Against the
That's
Rangers?
a weird name to call, huh?
That's a fucking weird name.
I was like, what are the 4-1 Islanders?
Just fix myself a little bit. All right. And Dylan's dead already. And what the?
Did you forget? Oh, wait.
Dylan, where's the beer?
Wait, for real? What'd you do? Did you take it?
What?
It's like that clip of Ozzy. It's like, you're the beer thief.
Where's the goddamn beer, Dylan? What do you do with it?
This is a really good item thing. Is it? It's not behind.
I'm just sitting here.
I blame you, Dylan. Every time
It's
something
behind him. I knew
you're
it.
sitting here. Bullshit, you liar.
I'm like, there's no place.
I am not doing this review sober. All right, I have to clear my head. I'm very conflicted with this movie. But
You're not.
I'm
just-
conflicted.
It's an amazing movie. Stop being conflicted.
Oh my god.
Movie of the
Anyways,
year.
so what's up to everybody? That's no one's watching us. It doesn't matter. But if you're watching this later, thanks for joining us. We're going to be doing a review for 28 Years Later. We're just going to get right into
The
the
Bone
movie.
Temple.
The Bone Temple.
Part 2. Well, I don't know.
No, we're not doing. It's not a whole Rambo thing. We're not doing that. It's literally just
Bone
28
Temple.
years later.
Bone Temple. First Blood.
Bone Temple. First
Bone
Blood
Temple.
Part 2.
Yeah, I don't even know if this movie's actually called 28 Years Later.
It is.
I think it's just called.
No,
Bone
it's
Temple.
called 28 Years Later.
It's
The
literally
Bone
just called
Temple.
Bone Temple.
That's
It
not
comes
it.
up first in the listings at AMC for 28 years.
Terrible. Anyways, so we're just gonna jump right into this because I know we have a lot to talk about this since we've been doing this franchise since they started doing the reboot. We did pretty much every movie, right?
Multiple times.
Multiple times. It's been brought up in multiple conversations when it comes to anything zombie related. And this is the next installment. And this is done by what's the goddamn director's name? Nia DaCosta. I think the one that I know everyone, I think all of us are familiar with is the Candyman reboot.
And Marvels.
Yeah, and Marvels. Did you see Marvels?
No.
I did not watch Marvels.
What the fuck is Marvel?
That's one of them. That's see. Okay, there we go. So, but you saw Candyman, the newer one.
No.
You never saw the newer Candyman?
Was it good?
We
It was
definitely watched it during Halloween month.
It was I.
Don't remember.
Oh my god,
Maybe you watched it because you watched a bunch without me.
that is very true.
Where's the paper?
Oh, hold up. But I mean, like, yeah, Candyman. If you want to like a review of that, it's It wasn't like anything amazing, but I did like what they did with the reboot. She kind of produces just these movies, and this is probably going to be her biggest hit, unless she does something else after this that just does better.
I think this. So like, yeah, she did Candyman. Then she got like the Marvels movie, and it's like, oh shit, Marvels. And then it was like, wow, this is horrible, and everyone forgot who she was. And then she got this, and because of Candyman not doing the best, and Marvel's doing horrible, everyone was like, wow, this movie's not going to be good.
It's the Marvels.
But I think she like proved herself pretty.
No,
pretty
I mean,
well
I
with this.
didn't even know that criticism was even coming up where you didn't think it was going to be good because of the. No, I mean,
There
like I
was
said, I
a
like
lot of
Candy.
worry.
I like Candyman, and also not for nothing. It's not always about the director itself. It's what the material that they're given.
Yeah.
And this is still written by Alex Garland. And I think that the writing in this is pretty solid. But I mean, just let's getting into some positives here. Yeah, we have it playing in the background. Distracted. But since this is technically a horror movie, and for the scares in this, what did you guys think?
There's a couple jumps.
Jump scares. That's what I'm saying. For a horror movie, it's very much lacking in that.
I think it was more of a shock thing with a couple of the scenes.
I'd be scared shitless of the Jimmies,
Oh yeah,
but I don't know if I'd actually be scared of the Jimmies.
You'd be terrible.
No,
You joined them.
You would have
If
fought.
I
Let me pick
didn't
this.
have a chance to join the Jimmies, I would be scared of them. But
They would 100%. They'd be like, your
Would
hair's
you
already
be like
gone.
Spike shitting his pants?
apparently, these guys think I would be.
You would be a Jimmy.
Think.
You would absolutely be a Jimmy.
We think.
So,
And don't tell me that when we were in the theater, every time they heard the word Jimmy, you just started to giggle. Just a little bit. Just
Oh, yeah.
because you just keep hearing Jimmy's name. Our Jimmy's name.
I was laughing at the thought of a head Jimmy with many Jimmys under this.
That's a lot of Punisher sandwich, but
Yeah, no, it's a fleet of Punisher sandwiches.
Instead of like their little catchphrase like "Punish, bud."
Oh my god!
Shout out to Jimmy and Life Take.
I wish I was a better artist where I could render that real quick.
I'm trying to figure out a way to do it, but there's so many. I already have a couple memes with Ralph Feinstein.
I'm sure we could find a picture of Jimmy in a tracksuit.
He definitely has one
Yeah.
or
No.
several.
it's the one of him from the calling bell.
Oh yeah, there's definitely.
Where he's got the gloves.
Oh wait, was that a tracksuit he was wearing?
I think so.
Just gotta throw some crosses on it.
Oh Jesus! All right, so not that many scares in this, but in terms of this movie, like I don't think they really needed it. I feel like they threw them in there and they didn't need to do them. It felt unnecessary half the time.
This was the most violent 28 movie yet.
Really?
I think so. I think
Really?
it's
I might have to agree with Dylan.
it's up
I
there
mean-
with the violence. All the other ones are
I don't know,
basic
man. I think-
bitch violence.
I mean,
This
guys-
shit was fucking nuts.
I mean, I guess it was a little bit more forward because I remember, like in 28, what was it, 28 weeks later, where the lady gets her head bashed in with the gun. Like, that was pretty brutal. Some of the stuff that happens
But
in
you
that movie.
barely saw it. You saw it through like a tiny little.
I mean, you didn't really see a lot of what was happening. You could hear it. That's for damn sure. Like, I don't really want to spoil. I mean, also another thing. You guys want to do spoilers for this? Or- I mean,
Spoilers.
Just put it in the caption.
fine. I'll fix the caption. Yeah, I can fix the caption.
we're like 3 weeks in.
Yeah, are we?
Yeah, people should have fucking gone to the movies and seen it.
It's
Really?
like 2 weeks. It came out the 15th.
Well, they're already up to the second week of ratings, so at the end of this week they will be at 3 weeks, which means that's only 2 days. Actually, it came out on a Thursday, so it is
I'm
been
bored on a
3
Thursday.
weeks. Tomorrow,
I will give him this. There's this one guy.
fucking
That was-
gangster.
He was going out, but he took as many as he could with
Oh, he's doing maximum damage.
props. But also this bitch, dead shot, done.
The gore, I will say this: the gore effects in this one
Very
were
good.
really, really good.
Really
Like
good.
it's pretty much up there with like it for Terrifier and stuff like that.
But this is.
Well, here's the thing.
This was
Here's the thing.
good.
This
So
is-
Terrifier, they do it so much you get desensitized really quick, and the kills are so ridiculous that it's just like, all right, you kind of just glaze over your head. This is fantasy. In this, it is incredibly visceral because you hear the sounds of what they're doing, and the people are reacting completely accordingly to what's happening.
no one really
Like-
dies too
And
quickly.
no, yeah, no one really dies too quickly,
This
except
is a
for
shitty,
The
like,
guy that gets the
post-apocalyptic.
beginning is probably one of the quickest.
I was gonna
deaths.
say probably the quickest is stamps. Just dealing with stamps.
oh yeah, just getting your head ripped out. I loved how like because they kind of show it in the first one a little bit with the deer. They don't show a person,
Yeah,
but when they showed
Yeah,
the
well,
person
yeah.
this time,
the soldiers. He walks them.
kind of, but it was
Yeah.
very quick and erratic.
I mean, you
Because-
saw, but it was further away.
yeah, I
this
mean, like,
was this was
but no, like it was right in your face, and he did it so casually, where he just kind of like grabbed it and just put like. This is just what I'm supposed to do with this, and just like fucking just yanked it out like it was nothing, and it wasn't even like because usually in really shitty horror movies or the torture gore porn movies, they would just zoom in and do quick cuts and make you see every piece of meat rip, and they're like, no, you see him just do it, and then that's it. And but it was visceral enough still where you saw it and you're like, this is really fucked up.
Right, well, I mean, you also see him bash the fucking thing open on a tree.
Yep, and then
When you're
eat
just
the
like-
brains.
And that was very realistic. Like I don't know how they did that. I
Just
feel like they,
digging into
like
my
I said,
shin.
probably got like an animal brain or something and put it in there because it was like that looks like a head that's open. And because of Instagram, I know what the inside of a head looks like.
Because of Instagram. Which, by the way, I don't know why I keep getting flagged for shit just saying
You
Instagram.
get flagged for shit, and I'm like, I see people's heads get blown
Yeah, like how does that happen, man? I mean, either way, whatever.
or industrial
Um,
accidents.
When it comes to, I guess this is a good time to jump in also. So, I mean, the gore effects in this pretty fucking superb and pretty spot on. The direction in this is very different from the first movie. I'll say that, just in terms of what you call it, Danny Boyle does with like action and stuff.
Yeah.
It's very kinetic. It's very stylized, and how good he is with that is pretty much how good Nia DaCosta is with these kind of static shots. Like, I think the best direction is when you see the Doctor story and you see just like these very evenly framed things, and it's just these cool little set pieces that they have going on. And the violence and stuff in here is done really well too, where they kind of put it off to the side, but you can still see it happening in the background, that kind of shit. But the direction in this I thought was pretty damn good.
I was actually thinking about that because the first one, like you said, there's a lot of like quick cuts and like crazy shit happening, especially like I don't know when they're in the tunnel and they have to change the power. There's all those like flashes from different angles of like
Because
the
that was
zombies
Danny
running
Boyle too, right?
Yeah, but I think she does that a couple times when zombies actually attack.
A couple times. It's that like the
cuts.
shaky cam that they did in the beginning with Samson, where you see his point of view, like shit like that. Yeah, but it's very timed and it's not as frequent as in the first movie.
No,
she's better at the calmer shots.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying because like she still puts those in there, so it feels like a 20-something later movie, like in the series. But now that you say that, I realize that it's definitely a lot.
Because I'll say like
calmer.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and when I'm watching this, I'm actually pretty chilled out. As fucked up as everything that's happening and stuff, the way that this movie is shot is very calming.
Yes.
Like I was really enjoying myself, just laid back in the theater and watching this. And it's like, yeah, you know what? I'm pretty chilled out right now. Even though there's something fucked up happening on the screen, I feel very comfortable. Yeah, I'm very comfortable right now. She makes you very comfortable with the violence.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how. Yeah, like you said, you're just chilling most of this movie. You're like, oh, all right. Well,
but the violence for you guys, it did make you guys cringe, though.
Oh, from the first scene, I was like, their special effects
the violence
is
really
on good.
Part ready. The violence and gore is on par with the Raid series.
Okay, yeah, I'll give it that.
They get a lot closer, I feel, like with the camera physically. A lot of the stuff happening.
Yeah, but
I agree with you because the Raid series they do a lot of like
like the
they do it in a realistic way. It's a fantastic thing that's happening. Like this guy's getting his head pulled over into a broken wood frame from a door, and there's a spike there, and you're like, I mean, that could happen. Would it really in real life? Probably not. But if it did, it would look like that. And they did that with this movie, but they went up close, like we said before, the head smashing.
And this is just like
what I'm saying, like the head smashing scene. Did not shy away from any of that. They're like, no, we got a good team. This is going to be crazy.
And I'll say this too, like this kind of brought it back more into kind of that realistic reality kind of like setting where in 28 years later, the first installment, like there were so many random things happening that they never explained in this one. By the way, if you're looking for a lot of answers in this, you're not going to get a lot of them. Like, why are there pregnant zombies? Why are the smaller, chubbier ones a thing? Like all these other like crazy kind of fantastical things were happening in the first movie.
Forgot about the chubby ones.
And then like just they never explain it in this one. They kind of just bring it back and kind of localize it to just, hey, this is now the story of the Jimmies and the story of the Doctor and Samson. And in terms of what you call it, the stories themselves, there's two stories going on. It's the story of what's going on with Spike and the Jimmies, and then the story of what's going on with Doc and Samson. What do you guys think of this?
I think they were both great.
Yeah, they were both good in their different ways. Like they bounced back and forth.
I think they took a insanely wild choice with the Samson Doctor story, like one that shouldn't work out if you write it on paper. And then when it plays out in theater, you're watching it, it just honestly works out amazing.
I think the actor really sold it too. I was like,
he's good.
He was great
for what he does. Yeah,
you have like a Frankenstein's monster kind of thing with Samson and the Doctor. Like Brian Connors is it. He kind of gets him going in the right way, and then something's gonna fuck him up and set him off, and he's gonna be intelligent and also have just that raw strength and ability. But then you also, so like that's like the calmer side of the story, and then you have the Jimmies, and that is just the like complete opposite of just like fucked up and evil.
Yeah, you know,
orange.
Yeah, kind of. It kind of did remind me of that. But like, going off what you were saying though, like I was realizing when I was typing up my notes for this and stuff, I was way harder critiquing this as I was doing my notes. And I'm not saying I didn't like the movie or anything, but like some of the things, like I said, some of the horror components that kind of felt thrown in to say, hey, look, remember, we're a horror movie. Remember, we're 28 years later. Just so you guys remember, and they just kind of throw these things randomly. But I didn't actually associate it where you go to the Jimmy story where it's this horrifying thing that's happening to Spike. Because I guess the story still kind of focuses on Spike. I feel like it focused more on the Jimmy Prime or whatever his name
That's
is.
sort of the only connection to the first movie.
Yeah, and then whatever's happening with Samson and the doctor is just, like I said, this really calming thing where this guy is slowly rehabilitating an infected alpha. I mean, I like both stories, but I definitely felt like what you call it, that the Samson story was a lot more interesting than what was happening with Jimmy's.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, there's fucked up shit happening with Jimmy's, but it's like this movie kind of entered its Walking Dead Last of Us phase, where like you're in the apocalypse now, and now you're kind of seeing all the weird stuff that's happening in the apocalypse. When I was talking with Dylan beforehand, where I'm like, the infected are an afterthought now.
Yeah.
Like they even make a point to just kind of, like I said, they kind of throw them out there. Hey, remember, this is still 28 years later. They throw them out there and they quickly dispatch them. Like nothing, like they're nothing. When before they were one of the biggest threats.
Yeah.
And look, like I said, and it felt more like this movie, it screams killer movie. And it felt like I was watching a really long episode of a TV series. And I'm not saying that like with quality or anything like that, because the film, like I said, is shot beautifully. Like I thought the film was done directed really well, and the cinematography is actually really good in this. But it still felt like I was watching a really long like episode of something from on HBO, you know?
Season finale.
Yeah, something like that.
As quickly as this one came out after the first one, I feel like this one did a good job of kind of fixing what the first one lacked. Like the first one had like you said like the little chubby baby ones with like the crawlers, and I felt like they kind of got away from like, here's just fast zombies. This is what we had in the beginning. They just run at you.
Yeah.
And then this one kind of grounded it and brought it back to that. And then just kind of neatly like, hey, remember the 4 or 5 main people we had in the first one? They're all back. Here's how the story's intertwined. And it's like, I really hope the third one comes out because I think it has a nice way of tying it all together.
I mean, that's like one of the criticisms I had for this. Like, I am not a fan of movies that require the other 2 movies or whatever else in the series to make it like significant.
Yeah.
You know
So
what I mean?
that's what the first movie is for this. Like the first movie is a lot of like, you say like this is I feel like that sets this up. Like, I don't know. I feel like the first movie is not good without this movie.
I disagree with. I feel like I completely disagree.
Well, this
honestly,
movie is amazing regardless. I'm not saying that, but I feel like this makes the first movie much better than when I initially saw it because there's a lot of things that it plays out.
Okay, I agree to the point where it's like, yeah, no, because I watched after I saw the movie with Mike the first time. I rewatched the 20 years later. That movie is just so much. I mean, it's really fucking good. I don't know how I don't remember how I rated it for our review for it, but if I didn't rate it anything like take my money now, then I'm saying take my money out because that movie is fucking phenomenal. Because this one, the problem with this one that I have that is in the first week, it doesn't hit you like it doesn't give you the emotional punch. You know what I mean? The first movie, it was like you were saying before, most zombie movies aren't zombie movies anymore after a while. That first movie was basically just a coming of age story in the middle of a zombie apocalypse of a kid literally letting go of his childhood. Like he literally burned his mother. You know, like that was the whole point of that story. For this one, it's like I was expecting more of it just to be focused on maybe the Jimmys and maybe on the Jimmy Prime or whatever.
The whole movie really focuses on the bone temple.
Yeah, and it does. I mean, it should have because of the goddamn title. But like
the first one, though.
Yeah, I mean that too, kind of. I mean, by the end of it. Well, no, you're right because the whole point is to get to the bone temple for him.
Yeah, the whole thing is let me find help from my mom.
Well, like I said, it doesn't have the emotional punch. Like cool shit was happening. Like I really liked the Samson story. And the Jimmy story, I think, was good as like, hey, look, this is still a horror movie. Let's just throw you some horror, just so you know. And like, but like,
So the first review, I don't know if you would take my money. You were closer to rented at home,
Stay your ass at home.
and you were not this enthusiastic about it.
See?
We verbally fought
okay,
that cast.
okay.
You two fucking hated it. You two fucking hated it.
Yeah.
And me and you were fighting over some like internet shit that I thought was really cool that they did with the movie. And you're like, it's all bullshit. I did it. And like you didn't enjoy it.
No,
man.
no, it's
And then the ending. So this is what the worst part about that movie was. The ending made me think I was gonna get this like Teletubby music Jimmy movie, literally A Clockwork Orange, like literally that, and only that. And I was fucking terrified that's what this was gonna be.
The whole movie was just.
But they made the Jimmys fucking terrifying, not like the goddamn Power Rangers. Like they're horrifying in this movie. And it's not. There's some funny, quirky things, but it's not. It's not nice.
That's why I said this one grounded what the first one didn't, because the first one was very like comic book kind of like theatrical, not theatrical, but kind of like comic book, kind of like overdone. You had the Jimmys literally coming out like as you said, Power Rangers. They're doing flips. They don't really do that. There's one kind of role that happens. You know, yeah, they're agile.
Like they're good fighters. They hold their own. They do all that. But that was like such a extreme like iteration of them
for almost no reason, and they never bring that back again.
Yeah, and then they set that up to where it's like, okay, I feel like a lot of them should have survived.
Oh, they get fucked up.
Get fucked up, and I'm like, I feel like you guys, with the prowess you guys had in the first movie, you guys probably would have been more spry and gotten out of there alive, or been more aware of what was happening around you. By the way, because they were basically they were Power Rangers. They were ninjas in the first one.
Yeah.
This one, it's like you said, way more grounded. But see, it's interesting because like watching this movie, I'm like, I appreciate the first movie a lot more. But here's the thing.
What I mean. This movie fixes the first movie, I think,
but then it also kind of brings this movie down for me a little bit more. Like I said, like it doesn't answer a lot of the questions from the first movie. And in the first movie too, I still had the same gripes. Like I was just like, but I let it go because I'm like, you know what? It really is a coming of age story for this kid, and that's the thing I really appreciated about it. In this one, you don't really have anything like that. It's just like this is just a continuation of the story, and you really need a third movie. Otherwise, it kind of just it feels just like a series that's losing steam. You know what I mean?
It does leave you hanging, but I think a big plot line is the connection between the Doctor and the Samson. You know, within zombie movies and everything, it's usually everything's bad news for the most part. This, you get a moment of levity where it's like there's actually a connection to one of these things. There is a evolutional change that kind of brings like some positive to the story, and then it immediately goes to shit.
Yeah, I mean, and also I thought that more of this, like, especially just how it's not even just because of the series, just how most media is, especially in horror movies, a lot more stuff would have gone to shit. But pretty much whatever you think is going to fail in this, it fails. But it's not to the point where it's completely gut wrenching. Which I did appreciate. Like I said, this is actually a pretty like calming movie to watch.
But
horrific stuff is still happening. But I'm just watching this. I'm like, I'm actually pretty chill and enjoying this. I was gonna say, this movie is definitely gonna be one of those I plan to back out. I just like the way it's shot. Like if I look up, I'm looking at a cool landscape. Like right now, the thing we have right here is the Jimmy Prime meeting the Doctor, and just the conversation. Everything it's just pleasant to listen to. You know what I mean? Especially with Rob.
It makes you forget like who Jimmy is.
Yes.
For a minute. Even though the conversation they're having is kind of crazy.
Oh yeah, you think he's out of his fucking mind?
But it's like a good conversation, or maybe it's a good conversation because the Doctor knows how to navigate it correctly.
Yeah, he could have died in this encounter.
That's just good writing, man. Alex Garland really did a good job with the goddamn.
But I was going to say about Jimmy.
How do you guys feel about Spike in this one?
I mean, the kid's always kind of been a little shit.
So
Kind of a bitch.
So this is my huge opinion. Spike kind of takes like a side role in this entire movie, while like you follow Fines, Kelson, Jimmy, even Kelly, the Jimmy A or Jimmy whatever. her name.
I think it's Jimmy Inc. I think that's what
Jimmy Inc. Yeah, because Jemiah is the one that gets the thing to the back of her head.
Yeah. Jemiah.
I think they're trying to do that because like you expected Spike to be a little tougher out of like coming through the first movie because he's on his own now. He did his fishing thing. He was protecting himself. But then you see like just like right out the gate, like he won that encounter like by pure luck. The first kid he had to fight.
by pure luck.
That was 100% pure luck.
Here's the thing.
He's still a little coward, but
I mean,
his story is coming in the third movie. I think Spike is going to go back to becoming the huge main character in the third movie, and I think it's because his role model and the person he wants to like become doesn't exist yet, and they introduced that at the end of this movie.
mm-hmm.
So that's where I think it's going to go, and he's going to become like a huge part. He's going to get his arc that we've all been waiting for because he's just been a fucking lie.
Well, here's the
Like,
thing.
there's been nothing to
I
him.
actually disagree a little bit with that because in the first movie, by the end of it, he seems way more self-assured, and he just panics a little bit at the end because he's about to get overrun.
No, he does. But then it kicks this off, and that is all out the window.
And that's the thing. Like I didn't really like that because I'm like he should be a little bit more, not to the point where he just gets broken down.
But also,
He's seen fucked up shit already. His dad showed him in the first movie fucked up shit.
Well, all right. So they're seeing fucked up shit, and like we are all desensitized, kind of, to that kind of thing because we've seen it before. He has never seen shit like this before.
Well, I mean, also not for nothing. We've seen it on TV.
2 and 3 with Mike,
But even
the other Jimmys were even fucking throwing up after what they
and I'll
did.
say, to see it on TV is still more prep than never being seen.
Like I don't know. I just feel like he should have been a little bit more hard. And then by the end, they do this whole thing where he kind of like finally does something, and it just felt unearned to me.
But
Because I'm just like,
his whole time he's fighting zombies, so all of a sudden you add a human element into it, which he's never encountered. He's only known the people in his village. Now you throw some wild-haired weirdos that are slaying people in front of him. Yeah, he's not going to think
I don't know, because even in the first movie, he literally just saw that soldier who gets decapitated.
Does he take a human life though?
I mean, no, but he sees all that shit, and it's just like, and those are still. I mean, I guess they kind of teach him to not treat them as people anymore, but it's still people. You know what I mean?
It would have been nice to see him just like take out a couple zombies nonchalantly. So you're like, all right, he's got zombies covered. They're not really a threat.
By the end, there's this one scene where I'm just like, and like I said, it just felt like it was a little unearned. I'm like, you guys took him back just a little bit just to make this story happen. You have to take a side seat to whatever else is happening here. And then by the end, like when it comes, I guess you're right. When it comes to the infected, he's fine with that. Because like by the end, when there's a point where he tries to escape, and then he gets into a run-in, but he quickly puts down the infected. And then it's like, but then at that same time, then someone else jumps him, and you don't think he has like adrenaline going enough where it's just like, let me just take this guy out. No, he's pissing himself again. Where I'm just like,
he's not trained to fight people either. So the fact that the Jimmys can actually like disarm him, have like coherent movements when they move, it is like a completely different threat.
I guess I don't know. It's just like I feel like a lot of that, the piss should have been taken out of him from the first movie. And I'm not saying he should have been a complete badass in this. You know what I mean? Like, still show me that. Oh my God, we're watching the bootleg. We literally just saw someone get up from the audience.
I got confused for 2 seconds. I was like, he's standing up.
We just saw a German guy get up and walk away.
That guy is immortalized on the internet forever for doing that.
I'm curious how quickly all this has happened between when he left.
I think it was only like a day or two.
No, it's remember the thing said 28 days later.
Well, but I mean, from that ending to now.
Oh, from that
I
ending
think
to that. No,
like
that was an immediate continuation
Yeah.
from the beginning to the end
I
of the
think
last
they
movie.
walked a couple hours down the road.
No,
and
that
found
was
the fucking,
that was immediate.
So
that stuff.
this kid definitely got immediately fucking reset when he got picked up by the Jimmies, and it was like either you're gonna die or you kill somebody, because he's never had to take a living person's life.
Yeah, but once again, like even his dad taught him in the first, like you have to do this, otherwise you're going to.
I mean, yeah, but then all of a sudden,
And that has become kind of a routine for him throughout the first movie. If I don't do this, I'm gonna die. Like it's like, and I get it. Like you don't want to fucking hurt anybody, but these people, these Jimmies don't even look fucking human.
Quick question:
Don't
Did
matter.
his dad teach him how to kill like animals officially, or like?
They've been hunting and shit.
No, that was his first time out.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That was his first time
Yeah.
out. So he literally.
So he
like,
killed something humanoid for the first time. That's even fucking worse.
Well, my question was going to be: do you think he had an understanding of basic physiology and was like, "There's arteries, maybe I can stab him, but I don't know where."
Oh no, absolutely not.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
He
do
lucked
you think
out.
he just? Well, I feel like pulling someone's pants down in this kind of situation is like it's like a comic.
I mean, this is like, I mean, I guess
It's a comic book.
spoiler.
He
Anyway.
might have done that because he's just like, I need to see where I'm stabbing.
no,
I don't think he's that calculated. He wasn't that
You
calculated.
incapacitate somebody before they get up and try to get you. They're gonna pull their pants up.
True, but
Yeah.
he did it so quick. You know what I mean?
Instinct, man. You're gonna go. For
Yeah,
what
I
you
like
did
do.
something a kid would do.
That's something a
He
kid.
had a kid reaction. Like,
Yeah, he literally pulled the guy's pants down, distracted him, and then just like, all right, fucking let me. And he probably thought, I'm just gonna hurt him real bad. Maybe he'll stop.
yeah.
And then he pulls the shit out and fucked himself. Man.
Yeah.
The deaths in this were very realistic. It was
No one
Pretty
went,
visceral.
no one went easy.
no. And I'm trying to think of what else to mention here, but in terms of the acting here, everyone came.
Yeah, no.
Everyone
the
came
acting
to
was
perform.
solid.
Everyone came to perform.
This dude knocked it out of the park.
All the Jimmies did a good
Bro.
job, man. I was ragging on the Spike character, but the kid that plays Spike still showed up. Like he still did what he had to do.
The guy who played Samson did a great job.
Oh, amazing job! It was one of those weird roles too, where you're not really even saying anything. It's almost like watching Primal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he did a good
He
job.
was just he's like Spear. He literally just grunts and fucking makes sounds. Like,
I mean, until the end.
well, I know, but that's what I was saying. Like, he's basically a caveman.
Mhm.
He's a caveman that'll rip the fucking head off. Let me give him morphine. That'll do it.
Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to bring up. So, going back to the Samson storyline, what did you guys think of that whole? I mean, once again, we're going to spoiler territory now, but that whole thing where literally he rehabilitates Samson.
I really liked it because one, I liked the character, and two, it made sense because he was actually pretty learned. He also had a bunch of probably the only medical books left. He probably had the best,
And that shit was
everything.
probably outdated, though.
But it doesn't matter. 'cause
I mean,
it doesn't-
yeah, no.
the human
I
body
mean,
doesn't
regardless,
change,
it's something.
you know?
And he was already a doctor before that.
That's what I'm
anyway.
saying. Like, so no matter what, he had knowledge, he had the equipment, so he had the means to actually do something about it. But no one's ever gotten fucking close enough to fucking figure it out, and he kind of figured it out by accident.
Yep.
And Samson just be like, "You got the stuff, man."
Where did the world go down in the first one?
28 years before,
Yeah, but I mean,
2000, like 2000,
like
Yeah, that's
2000.
about right.
right
Because, I mean,
before
that's,
9/11.
yeah.
okay, so yeah, that makes it 2028.
And 9/11 and zombies. In this universe. That's the thoughts I have.
That's also the biggest laugh we had this whole cast. It's fucked up. But
Oh, man, you realize he was stabbed.
Oh, he goes in.
yeah, like when it's an
He
offensive
starts.
person, it's all
It
fine.
shows him like
Well, he pinned.
And then
I
as soon
didn't
as he
realize
gets pinned, it's just he just can't.
that guy's bigger and stronger. So
Yeah, I mean, when you think of bullies, like high school, like if you're gonna fuck around, shit.
Yeah, he got a little Joker
You
action.
remember, everybody,
Yeah.
you can kick someone in the balls.
Yeah, we were all. But
Yeah, we all just started watching it.
Well, because
We all just started
it's a
watching
pretty
it.
compelling.
I mean,
scene.
it's a good scene.
Damn,
Dude, this movie is shot really fucking good, man. Like it's shot really
Yeah,
well.
Kelly is quick. She dispatches people like they're nothing.
I feel like if there is a third movie, they're gonna get into like she's unstable.
This
Oh,
kid
yeah.
looks like
She's
a little.
gonna be a
star
problem,
star.
like that kind of unstable.
It's the upward facing eye.
Well, she's. Let's
He looks like
remember,
Pennywise right now.
Kelly's like really nice to Spike, which is weird. It's plot armor, whatever. She like dead ass loves the devil. Like she
True.
believes in everything Jimmy is preaching. She
Well, I
just
mean, maybe
thinks
not.
Jimmy's a bitch.
I mean, to the point. Yeah, to the point. Well, honestly, if you think about what Satanism is, she's pretty much doing what it is. Like, hey, look, I don't think you're right to lead. I kind of want to lead. The first moment I get to take you out, I'm gonna probably take you out.
Yeah.
Well, also she already thought Jimmy was full of shite, as she
Yeah.
said, and I think once that whole encounter at the end of the movie with Jimmy and the doctor and all that stuff, and should be her being like, Spike, you know this guy? He's like, yeah, I do. So I think her whole world's been shattered. Like I don't think she believes anything of that anymore.
No, because
I think she's like, Jimmy lied about everything. even the devil that I literally thought like actually believed.
Could
was
you
there.
imagine like seeing Ralph Fiennes and after everything Jimmy like told you?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Well, here's the thing. They were freaking out. Like one of them threw up when they saw that shit. Like,
Yeah.
and by the way, I was watching.
he
I'm like,
looks
wow,
terrifying.
this is probably the closest these guys will ever get to going to an actual show.
Yo, they dosed him up too. You like?
Oh,
whoa,
yeah.
their
They
face
were
or some
tripping.
shit. Like,
Yeah, they were
They
tripping
were,
balls.
I think they were rolling a little bit, but also that kind of factors into people's actions and reactions.
Yeah.
The only one thinking clearly was fucking Kelly. She was like, "No, I'll end you, and like, don't make me end you."
Yeah,
they were all
well,
like
that's
dancing
insane.
funny as shit though.
I was watching. I'm like, hey, this kind of reminds me of like how I see like the younger kids. It's like going to the Baca right now.
Oh,
Shout out Jenkins on the Baca.
Samson Mosh is terrifying.
Yes.
Like watching Mark Valentino fucking
Oh my god.
beard and everything.
Yes. Oh yeah, he's like a more tan Mark.
But I really like what they do with Samson in this, and like the whole gradual progression he has until eventually he kind of comes to. And
Right there.
I just noticed that.
That was it.
I just noticed that.
That was when
What?
he came to.
yep.
Yeah, his eyes weren't. the
His
same.
little.
Oh yeah, his eyes are, but he's still doing the crazy cockeyed
No, he's
look.
still doing the crazy look.
Well, here's the thing too. Samson has been feral for
Someone said,
a decade.
I forgot who was saying. It's like imagine taking meth for 28 years.
Yeah. I think it was Dylan that said that.
And then it's like, well, I'm not on that anymore.
Yeah,
Nope.
completely seen through a different lens.
Yep. And he's just going back, and they show you why he's always around the train.
Well, also, you know,
That's his last kind of memory, I guess he had.
that's crazy. I was gonna say like, it's funny how the
It reminds me of these YouTube video, Instagram videos of dogs with the cameras in their mouths.
oh, there's one. It's funny that he remembered. Actually, it's not funny that he remembered because he was definitely
He was a boy.
he was a boy, so he knew what clothes were and riding the train was and stuff like that. So like seeing him, and also he did something before that I didn't notice. He wiped his hand on fucking
Yeah,
Yeah,
he had the berry.
and like you wouldn't do that if you were just
If you're fucking insane,
if you were
yeah,
an insane
no.
person, the last thing you care about is berry juice on your
Yep.
hand.
And I mean, like, so what? So you guys are cool with the whole, like,
Yeah.
the antipsychotic thing.
Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense with how they act too.
Like, I like, honestly, for me, I was just like, it's a little far fetched just because of the whole biological component that should be coming with it. Like, if let's say like he came to, right? It's like coming off of, like you were saying, meth or adrenaline or anything like that. That guy's sustained so many fucking injuries. He should have just collapsed in on himself.
Well,
like,
Almost like the rage induced
Well, you
like
gotta
hyper
remember,
healing.
They do say that it will
Makes it like
something like that, but
steroids.
it's steroids.
It's
But
like
steroids
steroids.
doesn't make you hyper heal.
Well, I mean, he's been on
You know?
steroids for 20 years. Dude. He's broke.
Like you even saw, like he had these crazy vascular veins, but then the rest of his body just kind of goes back to normal. Excuse me.
He's
But,
gonna be in a lot of pain when he like really comes to.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Ow.
But the thing is, like, he's not a normal sized person. So clearly the virus
Dude.
did something to his body.
they say it in the first movie that he the virus kind of worked like steroids.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he pure raised like fucking 15.
Yeah, like infected.
I mean, and also never seen this before. We never seen what they do when they're attacking.
You know what it
one
reminded?
thing.
Yeah, you know what it reminded me of? You guys remember Daybreakers?
Yes.
Yeah.
At the very end, where the people start turning back and then they just start getting fed on by other
Yeah.
people and shit. That's what kind of reminded me of. But yeah, he fucks these people up.
He retained the strength clearly.
Yeah, and he's still pretty. I mean, I guess to the point maybe he's actually used to pain because they're biting him and shit. And there was a point where I thought he was going to turn back.
I don't think he's ever going to go back to a human. I think he's going to.
That was also my other question I wrote down. Like, so clearly,
It's like in
doctor,
next evolution.
the doctor fed him the medicine or whatever, but does he keep taking it, or is that
I was thinking about
it?
that.
You know
too.
what I mean?
I was thinking about that.
Because those medicines last probably 6 to 8 hours, and this all happens within 6 to 8 hours.
Well, maybe it's like, again, this is a theory, but maybe it's like it just kind of, I don't know, lifts the haze, so to speak. Like you're
But
not
then it's
100% anymore, but like
then there's still the biological component where it's just like, but does that really cause an immunity? Does that, you know what I mean? Or do you have to keep getting fed that stuff?
well, I mean, it's already in his system.
I don't know. At that point, it's just kind of like, I kind of want answers. Like I said, this movie,
Well,
for it to actually be more significant or a little bit better than it is, you do need that third movie. Like, we absolutely need that third movie.
yeah, it's gonna have some critical information.
But other than effects in this,
Great.
great.
The set,
Great.
Fucking this thing. If we could see it in real life, I would 100% be like, we're going there because this is crazy. They
Oh,
built
the
this
whole thing? The
Yeah,
set,
this thing is
the Bone
crazy.
Temple. Sets are fucking fantastic.
Yeah, it's insane. They're like, we're gonna get our use out of this. We're gonna make it.
Yeah.
They really, because you see it up close and personal for a large majority of this movie.
Yeah, and then you realize how long it takes, how
And
many
intricate.
people you have to do.
Yeah, it's extremely.
And once again, you go to the first movie again, and you see where Aaron Taylor Johnson is talking about when he first sees the doctor, and it's hundreds of bodies that he has lined up in perfect like sections and shit, and that's what it turns into.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. This is also like I brought it up earlier when we were talking about how many zombies were in the area. Like, I mean, yes, England was affected, and there is so much of the area that, you know, had bodies, had zombies.
Yeah.
But like in this region, he had to clear out a shit ton
Well,
to create this whole thing.
they also say in this too, where he was talking, he's like, because he talks to Samson saying, "Hey, look, man, I can't keep giving you support because I have figured out everything within a 70-mile radius." So he's gone within a 70-mile radius of where he is probably clearing bodies. Like, that's an insane amount of fucking people.
Yes.
You know what's crazy? If he had better supplies and like probably manufacturers and stuff, cure.
Oh yeah, no,
And
absolutely.
it's like, oh, and he's like, figure out a way to aerospace.
And here's the thing about this movie. Once again, this is such a calming movie where, like, that fact that you mentioned just there would be like a glaring, like, hey, this is fucked up. You should feel horrible about this. In any other series, and in this one, you're just like, no, I'm cool with this. Like, I know that this is horrible. This guy pretty much figured out a cure, but no one is ever going to see this unless. No, actually, no, because they're not allowed off the island. No one is ever allowed off that island.
Well, you know what? I'm pretty sure he left notes.
Oh no, he did.
Yeah,
And
and
I
his
hope
bunker's fine. Nothing burned.
Yeah, like, once again,
Yeah.
I hope they do a third movie.
Well, that'd be crazy if Samson like is conscious and goes through his thing, realizes what he did. He's like, all right, well, I just gotta break this to somebody.
Samson becomes
Because I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. He was pretty much infected at a point where his mind was cognizant. Like if
Well, I mean,
I feel like
the child was a kid. I think I was slow. Not a football person, obviously. He was a human at one point. Yeah, a functional human. You know,
I wonder actually if they ever did do the third movie, if they actually tried to bring it back.
that would be crazy. I think he will. Imagine if they like interact at some point.
When if they do like a weird thing where it's just like
Samson's like, I was.
they have to all try to get off the island together or something. Well, that would Disney this up a little bit too much, I think. Because honestly, that's what I was thinking. But it feels a little Disneyed up, where it's horrific. Don't get me wrong, but I still feel okay. Like I still feel good about it. Like watching Guardians of the Galaxy.
There's a lot that they need to wrap up for the third one if they do it, because you still have the baby that's on the whole line. That is that a zombie baby? Is that going to be an alpha zombie baby?
Well, no, it's not. It's
It's going to be
not.
Samson. It's going to be a cured Samson.
Was that Samson's baby?
Well, that baby is probably immune to the virus.
Yeah.
So that means it's like a whole.
I mean, it could just be a normal ass baby, because the precedence for that is because like there's some mothers that are give birth to a child and they have HIV, but the child is dead.
Yes.
But we're talking 28 years. So does that month? Well, was that mother?
Well, the thing is, no, but the thing is, well, that's one thing they didn't address in this movie either, because that baby literally was. They implied Samson impregnated that woman while they were both infected, and that baby is the product of that. And why is it? And it's not infected.
And the placenta.
Well, that's the explanation for that, but they don't explain how that's even possible to begin with. Why do they even have that urge to do that? Like, there was also in the end of the first movie where the Jimmys took a fucking female infected. They never addressed that again, unless they just were too hard. They just fucking killed that thing for fun or something.
Probably just showing it off.
Never addressed it.
On it again.
Possibly, but I mean, they never addressed that either. Yeah, Ralph Fiennes does a really crazy job.
Well, yeah, it's like you have the baby that you have to go over. Are you ever going to talk about the island that Spike came from? Is he going to go home at some point?
Or you guys are going to come back? Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's I don't know. For this, like, I guess we could get into ratings now, unless Dylan, you have anything else you want to mention?
9.4 out of 10.
All right. So this is a take my money movie for you.
Take all of my money and then shoot the person next to me and take all of their money.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, well,
That's
all right.
not going to be the good
I
reason.
guess we're not going to movies with Dylan.
Yes, we're not. Or at least he'll be like a neck the road down or something. Just take my money. I'm glad I saw it in the theaters.
Yeah, this was definitely a fun one to see in theaters.
So for me, just because I want a third movie, you need a third movie, because here's the thing: we spoiled a good amount of this, but we didn't spoil the very end, even though the internet probably has for you guys anyways at this point. But I need a third movie. So everyone needs to go to the theaters and see this movie to get those numbers up, because that's the horrible thing about this. As critically acclaimed as it's been so far, and don't get me wrong, even with my kind of like botched rating, this movie's great. Like, I had a really good time watching it, and like I said, it'll be in my fucking rotation for background movies after this.
So you know what? Also, bad stuff is to watch. I watched it 3 times in 4 days.
Yeah, and I'm not even really sick of it. I'm just like, no, this is a cool background thing to have right now.
Can't wait to see it tomorrow.
So he's going again. Was this your third?
Yeah, it's going to be my third.
He's like
Third.
5th.
Yeah, we only did 2. But yeah, like the box office for this so far, from what I looked up, is 47 million, and the budget for this was 63 million. So it's not even making its own budget.
Or
back
was
yet.
it 63 million for both movies?
No, it's 63 million for
Shut
this
up.
movie. 63 million. No way! That 2 movies for 63 million this day and age.
use the iPod.
Not for how well this was shot.
First movie.
Not iPod. See, that's how weird you are. iPods. No one even knows what that is anymore.
iPhones.
But like, yeah, they did. They shot most of that on iPhone. This one was actually done with real cameras. You can kind of tell.
Yeah, that's why this one was $63 million because it was shot.
There were
really,
real cameras.
well.
But please, people, go to theaters and fucking see this.
See this movie.
See this movie.
See
Or
it.
and when it comes out on streaming, pay to rent it. I honestly, if you wanted to sit at home and rent this, rent it.
I'm gonna rent it
For
and then I'm
$20?
gonna buy it.
For $20, it's totally worth $20 to get your friends over just to fucking watch this, especially if you're fans of the series.
Everybody chip in $5.
Yeah,
watch
seriously,
it.
we need a third movie. Like, it has to happen. Otherwise, it's gonna leave this one feeling really empty.
Daisy needs answers.
Like, answers
Daisy
need to
wants
be had,
answers.
You don't see
and
the-
I have to see how they try to coalesce all of these stories together with what they brought back in the end of this
Give
one.
us the answer.
So, yeah. So I guess from all this is a take my money. Just
Yes.
completely take my money. And like I said, in theaters, it was actually pretty fun to watch.
Yes.
You know? But that's going to be it for us tonight.
Yes.
Daisy, say goodbye.
Give
Ow.
us answers.
Check out Gooned Side Quest for me and Carl. We're doing the Resident Evil series next.
Oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ.
I know,
I'm gonna have to watch it now. because
Listen,
I'm playing.
I tried starting
They're
Apocalypse.
good. Apocalypse is good.
I did not. I was
The
getting
first three are watchable.
the first one is watchable.
No. The second one.
The second
is
one.
okay.
All right. See, now if you want to come in for that cast for a little bit, it's gonna be a fucking 3-hour
The
cast.
second one at least follows the video game to like an eighth.
Does it?
To,
Does it, Dylan?
to like an eighth of it. Show me where the first one does anything close to the video game.
That was a good adaptation, though. And then it just went out the window after that. Even when they tried bringing in the game. Sorry,
What a
goddamn.
goddamn mess.
Goddamn greasy whore.